Hey there, I'm Victoria. I'm a travel agent for Africa's TAFLN 2025 Tech Conference. Is there anything I can help you with?
Hey Victoria, yeah, it would be great to get a travel plan.
Absolutely. Let's start with your passport country and travel dates. I'll check visa requirements first.
Okay, great. So my passport is a Belgium passport, and I'll be leaving the 28th of February and coming back the 4th of February. The 4th of March.
Perfect. I'll check flights. By the way, Nairobi uses Type G plugs, UK style. Should
Okay,
I add a
no,
travel adapter?
that's good.
Got it. Now, what's your budget? I'll balance comfort and cost.
My budget is around 300 euros per night.
Okay, great. And what is the reason for your travel?
Well, to go to the conference.
Okay, perfect. And what kind of activities are you hoping to do while you're there?
Maybe see the baby elephants.
Okay, great. And where are you traveling from?
I'll be traveling from Belgium.
Okay, and do you have any other details you'd like to add?
No, that's it.
Okay, last question. Should I email this or send it via WhatsApp?
You can send it to both.
Could you please provide me with your email and WhatsApp number?
Yes, of course. So my email is sdralternative at gmail.com. And then my WhatsApp number is plus 32 04 99 188 996.
Could you please provide me with your name?
Yeah, my name is Alessandro.
You're all set. Check your inbox in 2 minutes for your plan. It'll even include a map of safe ATM locations. Safe travels. Happy I could help with your travel plan for the conference, Alessandro. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, and so that's it. Now it's going to run, it's going to go through the email agent and the WhatsApp agent, and then I will receive my travel plan by email and through WhatsApp, which I'll show you shortly once everything has been completed. Okay, great. So now I have received the email and I should have received the WhatsApp message. So I'll show you that now, how it looks like. Okay, great. So this is what the email looks like. So as you can see, we have the title, Exciting Conference Trip to Nairobi, Kenya, 28th February to the 4th of March. Welcome to your upcoming adventure. And then we have the flight details. So I can fly with Turkish Airlines. The duration will be this amount. And then the price will be $821 for a round trip. And then I have the a second option as well. Then I have different options for the different types of hotels that I can book. So for example, Accor Live Limitless gives me the rate per night and the total rate for during those days. And then also tells me the nearby places. So here it tells me that it's near the airport and then the Homeland Inn. So yeah, normally these places should be near the conference, and as you can see, it gives me a couple of details and then gives me the price per night and also the total rate. Then after that we have the activities. So I wanted to see the baby elephants, so it gave me a couple of choices with a description of what that activity is about. And then here it also gives me YouTube videos. So what's interesting here is that I could click on this and then it would show me a YouTube video of what Nairobi looks like, which is very interesting for someone who has not been there before, just to see how it is like and what to expect when to get there. That's it. You have multiple videos. And so, yeah, this is great. For example, if you're a travel agency or if you run conferences around the world, or even if you're any type of business and you want to convert your visitors that go to your website into leads, this would be the perfect way by having this AI caller who would able to respond to any type of questions and do whatever the person is asking. For example, generate a travel plan. So now what I'll do is I'll show you exactly a step by step on how you can create this yourself, and then yeah, hopefully you'll be able to integrate it within your own system. Okay, so let me just give you some basic understanding of how this actually works. So the first is a webhook. So whenever a call is initiated on Eleven Labs, so through the widget on the website or directly through the Eleven Labs link, well, it will trigger the webhook once it has all of the details that it needs. which I'll show you after this. Then it will just edit the fields so that it could be formatted in the correct way, and then actually we'll send it to ChatGPT, which will provide airport codes and dates in the correct format. So year, month, and then the date. After that, we will search for flights using the SUP API, which I'll show you after. Then we search for hotels, then we search for activities, and then we search for YouTube videos. After that, we have another AI agent, which is everything about getting travel advice. So what kind of visa does this person need based on the passport that they have? Do they need any type of vaccinations, etc.? Then after that, we just have a switch, which will just check if the person wanted to receive it by email, WhatsApp, or both. In this case, it was both. Then after that, it'll go through the email agent, which will output the HTML that the email will use so that it can be well formatted. And so here we use the email agent, which has a prompt. And then I have added Mistral, which is one of the quickest LLMs out there currently, and also the cheapest. So yeah, I just thought of changing from ChatGPT, using something different. Of course, here you can just use ChatGPT. It does the same thing. Thought of changing. I actually use this LLM quite a lot because it's just very quick. And then the same thing happens on WhatsApp, and then we have two HTTP requests, which would one create the contact on ManyChat, and then two send the content from ManyChat to the WhatsApp number. So that's how it works. Interested to just receive this template where you can just easily add it to your N8N and then play around with it. The only thing that you need to do is just connect with me, and then you can send the notes, and within the notes you just write AI voice agent, and then I will directly send it to you after I receive your invitation. With this, you will also receive a video which will show exactly how you can install the template, modify it for your own self. I'll also show you now a step-by-step tutorial on how you can do it yourself. So looking forward to your connection request, and then let's get now into the step-by-step tutorial. The first thing that I'll do is I'll just show you step-by-step exactly what is in each part, and then after that we'll actually build it together. So the first thing is to have a 11 Labs account. Once you have signed up the 11 Labs account, you just go into conversational AI. So this is where you can create an agent. So this is currently the agent that I have. You would have to fill in the first message, which is the first message that the agent will say when someone clicks to talk with the agent. You can also change the language to any type of language you want, and you can add additional languages if you want that the AI agent talks multilingual. After that, you have the system prompt. So here I just give Victoria's role. What do they do? What kind of knowledge do they have? So what should they speak about? So for example, visa requirements, currency and budget. So what kind of currency do they use in Kenya? Safety tips, cultural norms, etc. After that, I put details on what they should ask for. So for example, passport, nationality, travel dates, budget range, etc. And then I give a couple of examples just so that the AI knows exactly how to talk with the user. Here the plan was to really have the AI agent have a conversation with the person rather than being kind of robotic. Then what is very important here is step 3, use N8N tool. So this is how we will actually trigger the webhook. So after collecting the details, then it will trigger the webhook. And then I give it more examples, and then also some critical rules, etc. So the next part is the LLM. So here you can choose what kind of LLM you want to use. Now the fastest is the Gemini 1.5 Flash. However, just to reduce the amount of errors, you would use the latest Gemini one, which is the best one for conversational AI. After that, you will just have one tool. You have the end call tool. You have to create a new tool, which is this one. So you have to give it a name. In this case, I put N8N. And then you have to give a description of the tool. So when should the tool be used and what is it for? And then this is where you'll put the URL. So how to get the URL is very simple. You click on the webhook, and then here you have a test URL, and then you have a production URL. To start, I would recommend to just copy paste the test URL. and then that will allow you to actually test it instead of using the production URL, which you can't really test it. You can't really build the automation if you use the production URL. So always use a test URL when you're building it. But you will have to, after you have built it, and after you're satisfied with it, then you have to switch to a production URL and copy this one and paste it. Or what you can do is just remove the /test. So yeah, after that, the only thing to do is to add body parameters. So here you need to enable this, and then you have to give the description of what is this body about. That's just so then the 11 Labs AI knows what this is about and what should they do with it, how should they fill it in. So here we have different properties. We have the, for example, current location, the description of the current location. So just a description of what does this mean, and then if it's required or not. So in my case, what I've asked is current location of the caller, the name of the caller, what kind of activities does the caller want to do, the return date, other, so if there's any other information the caller wants to provide, the destination, so where the caller is currently now, the WhatsApp number, the reason of travel, the email address, and the departure date, and then the output type. So do they want to receive it by email or WhatsApp or both? Then, once that's done, you can go on to choosing your voice. So if you have listened attentively, then you'll see that I put an African accent voice, just actually a Nigerian accent, just so that we can make it much more personalizable. Since I'm going to a tech conference in Africa, in Nairobi, it should be an African person who is speaking and should have an African accent. But of course you can choose multiple other voices, and you can even create your own voice. So let me show you how you would do that. You'd click on find more voices, and then here you have a huge range of different kinds of voices. You can even search for voices, etc. Now to create your own voice, you would just click on the plus, and then here you can just click on voice design, instant voice clone, or you could do a professional voice clone. Now for the professional voice clone, you need a premium version. And then you'll have to have at least 30 minutes of that voice recorded. Now don't try to get someone else's voice without permission, because you will need to do things in real time and it just won't work, so don't try it. But yeah, it works pretty well, and it's pretty good if you want to make it as personal as possible. Let's say you're a local business, you don't have the time to pick up calls, you just use your own voice to handle customer service, stuff like that. Very easy. Yes, that's pretty much it for the 11 Labs. There's nothing really else that you would change here. Now, what you would put is 15 minutes for the turn timeouts. So that's the maximum you can do. You can't do more. So basically what this is when it's the pause between if no one speaks, the AI agent will wait 15 seconds before saying something new, and then you have maximum conversation duration. So I mean, if you have this on your website, you wouldn't want someone to just use this for hours, right? Because you will have to pay for it. It will use up your credits. So yeah, I just have it set at 300 seconds. And then that's pretty much it. You can store the call audio, so you can record the audios, and then you can also create transcripts out of it. Now, how do you actually put this onto your website? Well, here you have the embed code, and then you just put this in the code of your website. And you can also personalize it with different colors. So this is how it would look like. This you can all personalize through these buttons. You can put terms and conditions, etc. You can do a lot of things. But yeah, the most important is what I showed you, which is more in the agent and voice part. And then you can just test your AI agent by clicking on this button. It will open up the AI agent, and then you can speak with it.
Hey there, I'm Victoria. I'm a travel agent for Africa.
So that's how that works. So that's how it works. Now the next part is to structure the fields. So we're going to receive a lot of data from the 11 Labs, and now we need to have it structured in a way where we can use it for the other parts. So this is how we have it structured. We just have the different fields that we need to set, and then we drag and we enter what we received from the webhook. Now what I recommend you to do is always keep it on, not this one, but the second part, so the value, you would always put it on the expression. The reason why is, so this is how you would do it. You would put it on manual mapping, and then you would just have each part, so then it's well structured like this. Then the next part is to create, AI chain, and here we're going to define below, and we're just going to define the origin, the destination, the departure, and the return. And we have just a prompt which explains to turn the origin and the destinations into airport codes, make sure the departure and return dates are in the future and not in the past, and then we would have to give the current date of today because the AI has no because the AI has no real way of knowing what time it is, what date and time it is now. You wouldn't want them to think that the current date and time is from 2015 or 2014, so that's why you would just put now, and then it'll put the current date and time. So yeah, that's how I would do. Again, I'll show you exactly how to build this step by step, or you can just send me a connection request on LinkedIn to receive this template and use it directly. So now that this is said, the next part is the interesting part. So this is actually to get the information, and so we would use Sub API. So Sub API is really great because you have all of the APIs all in one view. So you can really choose whatever you want. Now, what is important for us is the Google APIs. For example, where is it? So for example, the YouTube search API. This is one that we used. We used the flights, Google Flights API, etc. And here you have all of the details. Now, if you want to have an understanding of how this works, you can just copy paste everything and then put it into Claude or ChatGPT or DeepSeek, and then it will explain to you how it works, and you can just talk with the AI to explain what kind of details are required, what's important for you, and then it will generate it'll generate what you would need to put in the parameters. So in this case, what we did is this is anything on SERP API will use the same link, and then basically here we just explained that we want to use the Google Flights API, and then we provided the departure ID, the arrival ID, the outbound date, the return date, and then I also put maximum results 3, so then we don't receive too many results. Because otherwise it gets very messy and complicated. The number of adults, and then my API key, and then you can put content type and then the value. But yeah, this is just very easy. Remember to put a get method. So I was kind of struggling at the beginning because I had it as a post method, but you are getting information, not posting information, so that's why it should be a get method. And then basically, you just do the same for hotels. So here was the same thing. Where I used, here it's a little bit different. So here basically it's put in a different way. Here it asks, what is the question? So we just have the destination, and then I put hotels because that's what it will search for. So Nairobi hotels. You can see it here, Nairobi hotels. Then the check-in date, the checkout date, max results, currency, the API key, etc. And then I do the same for activities and YouTube video. Now for activities we use something else. It's called Tavily, and Tavily is just another API provider which allows you to easily get activities. Same thing, just shows you exactly on their website what you should put. Just if you want to get more details on that, just put it into ChatGPT, DeepSeek or whatever, and then it'll show you exactly what you need to fill in on N8N. It's very simple, nothing too complicated. And then for the YouTube video here, I struggled a little bit. It's a little bit complex. And then you have the YouTube video, so here's the same thing. You just fill it in from what is on Sub API. Then the next part is the AI agents. So here is just a prompt where I put just basic instructions. So this person is going to the destination from, so where they're traveling from. And then I put the departure dates. They have a Belgian passport, age 24 years old. Please provide a well-structured travel advice for this person who is going on a conference trip. And so the reason why we give the dates is because, for example, in a lot of countries, you don't need to apply in advance to get like a 30-day visa. So that's why I put that. Now you don't need to put this. I just put it more because I know that I had issues with finding information. It took me a lot of time before I went to Nairobi. So yeah, I just thought that it was interesting to put an extra AI agent that would provide you details about travel advice. And then I have it connected to OpenAI. Then I have a switch. So this basically based on this value. So remember in 11 Labs, we ask where do they want to receive the information. So I'll show you, it's here. So output type, does the caller want to receive the travel advice by email or WhatsApp or both? And basically that's that part. So here it was both. And yeah, we just have different routing rules. So is it equal to email? Is it equal to WhatsApp, or is it equal to both? In this case, it was equal to both, so it sends to the email agent and to the WhatsApp agent. Now here what's interesting is the email agent took me a couple of this was a little bit complicated, so yeah, I'll just go through. This is kind of the text, so this is what the email agent will need to do. So here you have a lot of information. Now what I would recommend you to do is to just take the first part of each. So for example, flights, and what you do is you just copy paste this, go into ChatGPT, and then tell them that you have that you need to generate a JSON of for 3 searches, and then it will just do the 3 searches. So 0, 1, yeah, in this case it just gave 2 searches, not 3, but yeah, I didn't just manually do this by myself. Always use AI to do these things, otherwise it's going to take you too much time. But yeah, this is how it looks like. And then you have, well, the system message, so how to use this text, how to use this data. So yeah, you are an expert email writer specializing in creating travel plans. Your job is to output an HTML email with clickable links, etc. And then basically what this does is it sends this information to, well, 2 types of codes. The first code is to retrieve a subject line, which will be used in the email. And then the second code is to retrieve, well, the exact format that the data needs to be put into the email and to be sent out via email. So this is how it would look like. Now you can also just put an output phraser like this, and then here you can exactly write how you would want the data to be. I just found it better to create 2 codes, just very simple, and then have the Gmail step. Now same thing for WhatsApp, you would just do the same thing. It's very, yeah, you just do the same thing, and then you would set up your 2 HTTP requests to create the contact in ManyChat, which would be used to send a WhatsApp message, and then you would send the templated version that you created into WhatsApp as well. So yeah, so that's how it works. Okay, great, so that's how it works. Now let me actually build this step by step. We'll start with 11 Labs. So what we'll do here is we'll just add a new agent. We'll choose a blank template, and then we'll click on create. Okay, we need to put a name, so let me just put demo AI agents travel, and then we will create it. Okay, great, so now that we have this created, now the next step is, well, you can choose a language. Now we won't choose a language. The first message would be, hey. So the first message could be like, hey, my name is Victoria. Let's say my name is Jessica. How can I help you? So yeah, for the first message, we'll say something like, hey, my name is Jessica. How can I help you? And then here we'll need to put a system prompt. So what I'll do is we can just create one very easily. Overall instructions. You are an AI travel agent. Your goal is to the user with creating a travel plan. You are your tone should be very friendly. So yeah, your tone should be very friendly and enthusiastic, and you should show interest in what the caller is saying. And then we can just put like important, and then here we can say you must use the N8N tool that I have given you once you have received all the data from the, what is it called? All of the data from the body parameters. So yeah, this is kind of an overview. Now what you would do is you would just copy paste this into ChatGPT or whatever, and then it will generate you a proper system prompt. But let's just go with this for now. We don't need a knowledge base, we don't need any of that. Then we're going to add a tool. Here we'll call it N8N. This will be used to send the details of the caller to create the travel plan. And then here you would put a post method and you would put the webhook. So in N8N, what you'll do is you'll just click on adding the first step, which is a webhook. And here, remember, we're going to use the test webhook and we'll do a post. You don't need to change anything else. You just put this here. Then the next part is to enable body parameters description. This is the details that you must collect in order to use the tool efficiently, and to which will be used to create the travel plan. Okay, and then here you just add the properties. So just for the purpose of this, I will do the name of the caller, email, the email of the caller, departure location, so the location of the caller, yeah, I'll put departure, then here I will put here I'll put the destination. I'll put the departure date. Return date. Ooh. The return date of the caller. And then yeah, I think it's pretty much it. So we have the name, the email, the departure, the destination, the departure date, the return date, and then we can say like other important so yeah, then after that you would just save it. You'd save it again. And then here I have an error. If you have this error, then it's something wrong with okay, so the error was that I had a space here. Just make sure you don't have any spaces, otherwise it won't work. So yeah, this should all work now. Save. Okay, great. So yeah, just be careful with that. I spent a lot of time for nothing figuring out where the error was, but yeah, it's just in the title of that data. Now next is we can choose a voice. So let's choose Jessica. This is just a very classic one. Or we can, let me show you another voice. Another good voice would be Arabella. That's a good voice as well. And then you save it. And then here we can just do a test. So let's click here, test AI agents, and then we'll click listen for test events.
Hey, my name is Jessica. How can I help you?
Hey Jessica, yeah, can you create a travel plan for me?
Of course. I'd love to help you with that. To get started, could you please tell me where you'd like to depart from and your desired destination?
Yeah, so I am leaving Thailand and it's to go to Nairobi.
Great! And when are you planning to leave Thailand? And when would you like to return?
Yeah, so I would leave the 3rd of March and I come back the 15th of March.
Perfect. I just need a little more information. Could you please provide your name and email address? Also, is there any other information you think I should know to create the perfect travel plan for you?
Yeah, so my name is Alessandro. My email address is sdralternative@gmail.com. And then in terms of other information, well, I've never been to Nairobi, so it would be great to give me like a couple details about that, in terms of what kind of currency do they use, do I need cash, is it safe, etc.
Okay, Alessandro, I have all the information I need. I'm sending it over to our travel planning system now. Okay, Alessandro, the request has been sent. You'll receive an email with your travel plan shortly. Since you're all set, is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, that's great. Thank you so much.
Happy I could help with your travel plan, Alessandro. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, and that's it. So as you can see, you received the information, and so this is why it's important to now convert this data into, for example, here we have the 15th of March, which the API request would not recognize. So now we need to transform that to year, month, date. That's why it's important. But yeah, we got all of the information, and then also, for example, the departure. This needs to be in a country code, so then we can find the flights for it, etc. So let's build that now. So the first thing that we would need is the data transformation part, edit fields, and then here you just add the fields. So yeah. Okay, so the next part is to connect the AI agent, which will transform the data into the desired format that we need. So you'll click on Advanced AI, and then here you click on Basic LLM Chain. Then once you have that, you will just change this to define below, and then you add a prompt, and then click on Require Specific Output Format, which will add then an output phraser, which is needed to inform the AI how we want the information. So once you're here, you would click on model and you would choose ChatGPT or whatever model you want to choose. And then you would connect your ChatGPT account. Then you would select the output phraser, and then this will change. I'll show you what you should write in here. Then the next part would be to do HTTP requests. So here we're going to request we'll just do flights and hotels. Then after that, we need a new AI agent to provide any travel advice. And then we're going to send this to another AI agent, which will generate the email context. And then after that, what we will do is we'll use the two codes, so to create the subject line, and then the next one to create the email content. And then finally, we'll have the Gmail node, which will be able to create an email. So we just need to create an email, or is it send a message? Okay, send a message. And here you have to connect your Gmail account, etc., which is very easy actually. You just have to connect it. So yeah, and then that's pretty much it. Nothing too complicated. So what I'll first do is I'll add the chat models that are required. For this case, I'll just use ChatGPT, so it's not too complicated and it doesn't take too much time. So like this. So yeah, and then from there you could even add a knowledge base. You could add a knowledge base, and the reason why you would maybe add a knowledge base would be to, for example, for this one, which would be the AI agent travel recommendation. So here I'll give you details about what kind of vaccines do you need, what kind of visa do you need, how much money should you take with you, etc. And then you could have a knowledge base with all of that information, which you'll take from. In this case, we won't have that. But yeah, I recommend you to rename all of your nodes. So AI email agent, just so then you can stay organized. And you know what each does. So here we'll just get subject line, and here this will be email contents. This one will be to get the flights, and then this one to get the hotels. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this. Now what we'll do is we'll fill in the edit fields. So the first one, let's just see what we have here. Yeah, let's just put the current location, name, destination, email. What else do we have? Yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, it didn't write the email correctly, so that could be something that we could change in 11 Labs, or we can add an extra like an extra step to convert the email into a proper email. So instead of @ it would put the @ sign. The destination type, the name, the current location. So yeah, that's it. So here we'll just test the step, and then as you can see, I got everything. So yeah, I just don't have the dates. So yeah, I need the departure date and then the return date. So yeah, test the step, and then you have all of the details that you need here. And then basically what I will do is I will go into here. So for this we need to put a prompt, and then we just need to put the, so I'll just copy paste that from the template that I have. Like this, and then here you're going to click on expression, and then you're going to just delete these, and this will allow us to put the data from here into this part. So origin, that's where I am now. Destination is Nairobi. Departure date, return date is the 15th of March. What you could also add is the email. So for that you do this, email, like that. And then yeah, in the message part, you just copy paste this. So turn the origin and destination into the airport codes. So yeah, that's good. And then here what we could say, also make sure the email address is well formatted with an @. So let's test it. Okay, so we just provided the cities. Yeah, it's because this is not turned on, that's why. So let's test it again. Yeah, this is why. So we need to change this. Now I'd recommend you to just copy paste from what I put, like this. And then what you're going to add is the email. So So this is just saying what kind of information should it output. And then here we can do a new test. There you go. I have everything now. Now the next part is to get the flights. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to copy paste this, post it here, authentication, you can put none, that's fine, and then in the body, basically here we'll add what we need. So we'll write engine, so that's what are we searching for, so Google Flights. And then here we'll put the, if you look here, you have the departure ID, then you have the arrival ID, so where is the person leaving from and where is the person going to. And this we would just put, so the destination is the arrival ID and the departure ID is the origin. And then you can also add, for example, the currency, so we want it in euros. And then the outbound date and the return date. Return dates like this, and then what we can do for fun as well is just to put the travel class and say that we want only business class. So let's do this. So that's 3. For the outbound date, it would be the departure, and then the return date is the return. And then we need a new one for the API key. Okay, and then from there, well, as you can see, it generated an output, so we good. Then the next part is to get the hotels. So here, same thing, we go back to sub API, and then we go to the hotels part. So let's just find it. It's here. Copy paste, same thing, like this. And then you're going to do the same. So generic credential type, header, send headers. Here it was content type. Here I actually use the query parameter just because it's easier. And then here you'll put engine, and then you'll put Google Hotels. Make sure it's a get method. And then same thing using JSON, and then here you'll copy paste, click on expression. Basically here we put the question, so we put the destination of the person, and then I just wrote hotels. So that's just to inform that we're looking for hotels and not for apartments, for houses, etc. Then we're going to put the check-in date, the checkout date, max results, adults, currency, this we can change to euro, the language, and then in English. So yeah, this we can actually remove. So yeah, and then we can test it. And then the check-in date is incorrect. How come? Yeah, okay, so this is the wrong format. So we need to change this. So the check-in date would be here. So check-in date is outbound. And then the checkout date is the return date. And then now we press test step and it'll generate it. Okay. So here, as you can see, we have all of the hotels, prices, amenities, pictures, everything. Great. Now the next step is the AI travel agent. So here we will define it. We don't need to require a specific output format. That's fine. Yeah, basically here we can just write generate additional details that the traveler will need, destination. Here you can put this. Yeah, so here you're going to receive a lot of information, so just scroll down. So destination is Nairobi. Yeah, okay. Here you press an expression, and then here you're going to put Nairobi like this, and then we'll put departure location, and this will be Thailand because we're leaving from Thailand to Nairobi. And then we could put, yeah, we should actually also put like the passport. And then the departure date, and then the return date, just so that the person knows what kind of time frame are we talking about. So here we would go here, so departure dates, and then the return date, like this. And then that's pretty much it. Test the step, it will generate it. It will generate normally additional information. Maybe we should limit your response to 500 characters. We don't want it to write a huge essay, but let's see what it says. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so that's great. Then the next part is the AI email agent. Here it's a pretty long message because we need to add everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy paste this. And then I'll just paste it here. Expression. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we will need to change, as you can see. Okay, so I had a little issue with the flights. What you can do is you can go, if you have an issue, you just go into the API page and then you click onto Playground, and this will open up basically something that you can play around with, and then it will show you what the AI sees and then the data that it will output. And what you can do is you can just copy paste this, right? And then you can go directly import C URL, paste it here, and then that will just do it for you. So yeah, that changed everything for me. Test it, and then you should get the appropriate data. So as you can see, you got everything, and then from there, basically, we'll use that in the email AI agent. And here, what we'll do is we'll just fill in the flight's airline once. Execute because the data is not there anymore. So let's just do this again.
Hey, my name is Jessica. How can I help you?
Hey Jessica, yeah, can you create a travel plan for me?
Of course, I would love to assist you with that. To start, could you please tell me where you'd like to depart from?
Yeah, I'd like to depart from Thailand.
Great, and where would you like to go?
I'm going to Nairobi.
Awesome. When would you like to leave?
The 27th of February.
Okay, and when would you like to return?
Yeah, the 6th of March.
Perfect. And can I get your name and email, please?
My name is Alessandro and my email is sdralternative@gmail.com.
Got it. Is there any other important information I should know about?
Well, I've never been to Nairobi before. I have a Belgian passport. Yeah, that's it.
All right, I have all the information I need. I will go ahead and create the travel plan for you. Okay, Alessandro, I've sent your details to create the travel plan. It seems like there was an error, but don't worry. I'll make sure everything is in order. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, sorry, error on my side. Can you try to send it again, please?
No problem at all, Alessandro. I'm happy to resend the information. Just to confirm, all the details are still the same. Departure from Thailand, destination Nairobi, departure date February 27th, return date March 6th, name Alessandro, email sdralternative@gmail.com, and you've never been to Nairobi before and have a Belgian passport.
Yeah, the email is sdralternative@gmail.com.
Thank you for confirming. I will go ahead and resend the details with the corrected email address. Great, Alessandro. Your information has been successfully sent and the work...
Okay, so now this is generating. Great, it's done. As you can see, sometimes there could be an error, but you can easily fix it at the beginning. Here it should show an error, but maybe not. Let's see. Okay, great. So now we have all this data. So let's just see. Okay, now we can fill in for the hotels. So let's just do this very quickly. So the image, where is the image? Let's take this one. Let's do this, lowest rate per night. And then there should be like total rate, there you go. Nearby places, yeah, whatever, like that we don't need. Yeah. Like this, and then, nope, like this. Okay, great. Now it should work, so let's test the step and see what it comes up with. Okay, perfect, seems to be good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get the subject line. So this is just very simple. We just need to copy paste this code. So this just extracts the subject line from here like this. Now maybe it's better to just write one because this is not the best subject line. You can also just create one with ChatGPT, right? So what we could do is we could ask we could just create a new AI agent. Well, actually we don't even need an AI agent, we can just put OpenAI, and then we could do a messenger model, and here we can just choose a random model, whatever. Generate a nice and short subject line related to this for the email we will send as travel plan. Put the output like this. Let's test it. Should give us a subject line. Travel guide, Thailand. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's great. Now email content, this is where it gets a little bit, can be a little bit confusing. So you could do the same with ChatGPT, but we can just do it with the code as well. So here basically, yeah, so that should all work. Now we test it. Okay, that did not work. I think it's because of this. So what we need here is this part, like this. And now we test it, and now it will work. Great. And then basically here in the Gmail part, you will connect your Gmail account, very easy. Send, and then here, what I'll do is I'll just, I'll put my email. So the 2 should be the email that we said during the call. So here, the subject, scroll all the way back up. The subject is this. Now it has these parts, so that's a little bit annoying. So let's just tell it to do not include so yeah, that's perfect. And go back to the email. Yeah, of course it's gonna do that. Now we have the subject, and now we need the message. So here you're just gonna put the email body, and then now what we can do is we can test it. and then I'll show you on my email the email. So I forgot to add instructions to. Okay, so once this is done, after that we will require specific output. And here we'll actually add a system message, and we'll just tell it this. So okay, so after you have done the text, you define the text. After that is to give a system message, so a prompt on how the AI agent should use that data and how it should output it. So basically here we just have a general overview. So the job is to output a HTML email, the objective. So here, to be honest, we only have flights and hotels, so we can remove this. And then make sure that we have clickable links, etc. So here we can just test it. It will generate a new output. Like that. Okay, so now that this is all done, let's actually try it. So send an email. So that should all work. So yeah, there you go. This is how it would look like. Well, I still put the commas, but that we can easily take away, and then we have this little error that we can easily fix as well. But yeah, your exciting trip to Nairobi gives a little introduction message, flight details, the price, the features. It's pretty good actually. And then hotels, you can click on the link. It should open the link of the hotel. Opens the link of booking.com, which is pretty nice. And then you have extra pictures here. Yeah, not that bad. Not that bad. How much is this? Let's see. Yeah, it's like 33 euros a night. Not that bad, not that bad. It's near the conference as well. So yeah, perfect. So yeah, so that's how it would work. Hopefully this was useful. I hope that this was useful for you. Again, if you want to get the template, just send me a connection request and then a note saying that you want the template, and then I'll send it to you directly there. Also, you can ask me any type of question. I'll help you with that. You can also join my free community. There will be a link in the description, and you can get the templates that way as well. And feel free to book in a call with me if you have any type of inquiries. Happy to help there as well. If you like this video, it's free. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more new tutorials like this. And then let's work together. Let's revolutionize industries, and let's make sure that everyone knows how to use these AI tools to just make the world a much more efficient and better place.